was founded after 9/11 because they recognized that some people did something and that all of us were starting to lose access.
The House chamber buzzed with energy as Nicole Malliotakis and Lisa M. Lan stood to speak, two women determined to protect the nation's values. This wasn't just another debate, it was a reckoning. Ilhan Omar's removal wasn't about revenge, but about accountability and respect for the American people. For years, figures like Omar acted without consequence, but today, Congress stood firm in defense of its principles. When Malliotakis and Lan spoke, they echoed millions demanding dignity for their nation. Omar's 9/11 remarks, "Some people did something," had struck a painful chord with many. For families of victims and first responders, those words were a deep insult. Today, Congress answered with justice, reaffirming that America will never forget.
Colleagues, the reasons why the Representative Omar should be removed from this committee, but I feel like all the reasons have not just yet been stated, which is why I rise to add for the record. We've heard about the comments that were made regarding anti-Semitism and anti-Israeli views, but I rise to add to the record that as a member of the Foreign Affairs Committee, I've sat there and heard the representative actually spew anti-American rhetoric as well.
When Nicole Malliotakis spoke, it wasn't as a politician, but as an American. Calm yet fierce, she outlined Ilhan Omar's actions on the Foreign Affairs Committee, criticizing America's allies, questioning Israel's legitimacy, and even equating the U.S. with terrorist groups. For Malliotakis, these were lines no public servant should cross. She reminded Congress that it's not a stage for personal ideologies, but a platform for serving the people. The American flag, she said, symbolizes sacrifice, freedom, and unity, not division or blame. Her words brought the clarity Congress had been missing.
In that committee room, where the representative equates Israel and the United States to Hamas and the Taliban, absolutely unacceptable for a member of that committee. I've also heard the representative equate that it is the United States' fault that there is turmoil in Venezuela, that is not because of the oppressive socialist and communism that has spread throughout Central and South America and Venezuela at the hands of the Maduro and Hugo Chavez regimes. That is unacceptable. And as a New York representative, to hear the representative belittle, to try to diminish.
Then Lisa M. Lan took the floor, known for her blunt honesty and unwavering patriotism. Her frustration was clear, not only with Omar, but with the culture of excuses that had shielded her. M. Lan rejected the notion that an apology could undo years of anti-American rhetoric. She emphasized that true leadership means taking responsibility and standing by principle. Her voice grew stronger as she defended the Constitution and the duty lawmakers swear to uphold. Accountability, she declared, is not cruelty, it's the foundation of democracy. In that moment, her words exposed an undeniable truth. When you insult the nation, you forfeit the honor of representing it.
The worst terrorist attack on United States soil on September 11, 2001, as some people did something, that is unacceptable as well. And I hold the same standard for this side of the aisle that I do the other, because when another colleague on my side said something about 9/11, I also voted to have her removed from the Education Committee because I thought that was inappropriate. So I'm being consistent here, and I hope my colleagues will do the same to show that this is about consistency and
the grievances against Ilhan Omar were long and undeniable, backed by facts, not rumors. Nicole Malliotakis stood on the floor of Congress and detailed a troubling pattern. Omar accused America of fueling global conflict, downplayed acts of terror, disrespected allies, and ignored the true cost of freedom. She hid behind identity politics to deflect criticism, but that shield no longer held. As Malliotakis listed every instance where Omar's actions contradicted the duties of her office, it wasn't an attack. It was a record, one that proved Omar no longer represented American values, but her own political agenda. For Malliotakis and Lan, this wasn't about scoring points but setting a precedent. They reminded the nation that America was built on ideals like freedom, courage, and unity, and spoke for those who still believe in honor and responsibility. Their words reignited a sense that honor matters in politics. Serving in Congress, they made clear, is a sacred duty, and those who take it lightly will face consequences. Their stand was a warning. America will not be disrespected without respect.
Should not have an individual with those views on the committee that is tasked with representing our country and our Congress to foreign nations. I yield back.
The gentlelady yields back.
Gentleman reserves. Gentlelady from Michigan is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And to use that logic, well, then all those people should have just said sorry and we'd move on, right? But no, we don't do that. And let me tell you, I take a little bit of offense to what the hell is wrong with me. I'll tell you, there's nothing wrong with me. I took an oath to defend the Constitution, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Again, I'm not going to apologize.
As the chamber moved toward the vote, tension filled the air. Some members were nervous, others defiant. But when the gavel fell, the result was undeniable. Ilhan Omar was removed. This wasn't just a symbolic action. It was a message to America. It showed that Congress still had the courage to hold its own accountable. For the first time in years, citizens saw unity in defense of principle. The applause that followed wasn't about partisanship, it was about patriotism. It was the sound of a nation reclaiming its voice and demanding higher standards. The decision had an immediate impact, sparking relief, pride, and vindication across social media, newsrooms, and homes. For many, it felt like justice, an overdue recognition that patriotism still matters in government. Nicole Malliotakis and Ilhan became symbols of true leadership, fearless, focused, and loyal to the people, not politics. Their courage inspired everyday citizens who had grown disillusioned with Washington's complacency. It was a reminder that one voice, backed by truth, can still make a difference, and together, those voices can change.
Very simple. We really shouldn't even have this debate. If you break the law and you follow due process, there are consequences to your actions, even if you say sorry. So we can try all of the diversion tactics that we would like. It doesn't change the fact that someone broke the law and that someone should be held accountable.
While Ilhan Omar's removal was a significant victory, both Malliotakis and Lan emphasized that the real fight was just beginning. There are still voices in Congress that share Omar's views, those who see America not as the solution, but as the problem. This movement to restore national pride isn't about one person. It's about reclaiming the nation's soul. These conservative leaders made it clear. America can no longer tolerate divisive rhetoric disguised as progress. The goal now is to elect leaders who stand strong, unapologetically love their country, and view the American flag as a symbol of unity, not oppression. Their message wasn't just for Congress. It was for every voter who believes this nation deserves better. As the day ended, the impact of this historic vote resonated far beyond Capitol Hill. Omar's removal wasn't just a political moment. It was a cultural reset, proving that courage and conviction can still prevail over division.
Party can't hold them accountable, that they have such hypocrisy. So with that, I yield 2 minutes to my friend from New York, Nicole Malliotakis.
Gentlelady is recognized for 2 minutes.
The removal of Ilhan Omar sent shockwaves through Washington, forcing lawmakers to pick a side between defending American values or standing by her controversial actions. Nicole Malliotakis and Lan stood firm, embodying integrity and patriotism as they acted in defense of the country. Across the nation, many voiced their support for them, especially veterans and 9/11 families. Despite Omar's defiant refusal to apologize, her actions deepened the divide, making her removal symbolic of the country's demand for accountability. Malliotakis and Lan's leadership was more than political. It was a stand for truth, unity, and the values that built America. Their courage sent a powerful message. Even when the room disagrees, standing firm for what's right can shift the course of history. This moment will forever mark the rise of accountability politics in Washington. Their actions inspired rallies across the nation, showing that patriotism and love for the country can still unite a divided America.